Greetings all, Fanny here for Gemini's weekly message. Gemini, I hope you guys are having a good week so far. The first card that came out for you is the King of Cups. I love this so much because the King of Cups is masculine emotional mastery. And knowing when and who to share your time and energy. And I love this so much because there's not a lot of acceptance or push for masculine or men to understand and process their emotions. And it leads to a lot of angry people. Angry men that make toxic, abusive situations that scar children mentally, physically, and emotionally. All because they were taught they were not allowed to feel and process their emotions. So whenever I see masculine emotional mastery, it makes me very happy. We have the Eight of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Cups. Oh, what a beautiful reading. So with the Eight of Wands, she's sharing all those wishes with the dandelions. And there's all this beautiful sunshiny energy. There's foxes beside her. Some may be seen as mischievous, but they have their own special wisdom. Very similar to you, Gemini. Yeah. I also like that, going back to the King of Cups here, we have a seahorse there looking directly at him. Going back to how that the masculine or the male role is played very differently in that relationship of seahorses because, of course, the males carry the eggs. I think this is a very different kind of self-mastery because, of course, even as women, we have divine masculine energy. So maybe this is what what is happening here. It doesn't have to be necessarily a man that is going through this, but it could be relation to that. But mastery of the divine masculine and divine feminine, balancing that out, is incredible because it shows the awareness you have in yourself as well as the awareness of what you're feeling and what those feelings mean. You have the Hierophant, which is actually the card of Taurus, myself. And the Hierophant is a master, is a priestess. A priest or priestess. They are very high up in their religious field. It is depicted here as a tree guardian ant that watches over the forest. They are very wise and connected to the divine. I love the cairn that's behind him. The Ten of Cups is celebration, emotional fulfillment, and just happiness with people, happiness with family. Ten of Cups traditionally is seen by a very fruitful, fertile farmland filled with your family and your crops. So you have everything that you need to take care of them. This is excellent news for my Geminis because there's a lot of hardships and struggles that most every person is going through. Believe in the impossible, Gemini. I absolutely adore that for you. Oh, and you came out yourself. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Going back to the Taurus energy that came back out with the Hierophant. And step out of your comfort zone. North Node. So I like that the step out of the comfort zone came paired with what we were talking about with allowing yourself to feel and process your emotions. Especially if you were brought up in a household that if you had a lot of emotions or you were very sensitive to things and you cried a lot, you're probably an energetic sensitive. And if you did not grow up in a household where that was understood, recognized, or accepted, it often got laid off as you being over emotional, overly sensitive, needing to be put on medication. You might be on medication yourself. I'm not saying that any of that is bad, but I have seen that it does not help with your energy because this is a very natural and powerful gift, part of being you. And when suppressed and rejected and ignored like that for so many years, it becomes shadow work that needs to be handled. And I could see that because, I mean, the very beginning of the reading was very blue and solemn, while it is still beautiful. But then we lit up with the 8. Come here. Come here. Come off the table. We lit up with the 8 of Wands and the Hierophant here, going back to a balance of the blue and the gold with the 10 of Cups. So like we'd come a full journey of balancing the light and the dark and understanding all aspects of everything that makes you who you are. And that is wonderful because we really need more people who are aware of that. Your dreams need a practical plan is in reference to, I mean, your projects, what keeps you up at night, what is driving you forward in the middle of the day. What are you putting your time and energy into? They need practical plans. And I think that's part of where the Hierophant is coming in, where if you need guidance, if you need to understand where you have to go, talk to Spirit about it. They're always there to help. They're always ready to guide you. Things are already in motion. This would not leave my hand. Like, it's already here. It's already happening. You could be having family issues, or this could be, of course, related to family. As I was saying, growing up in a home that didn't allow you to process your emotions, because we have the family crest and the big lion's head. This is often just in reference to like big, overpowering male figures, that prideful lion's energy. You have quite a story, my love, my Gemini, and I want to note that the choose joy charm is not leaving the book. So your story should be about you choosing happiness. Do all things with love. We have a pair of scissors, so this could be a change in yourself, a change in your scenery, cutting your hair if that wasn't allowed where you were, or it wasn't accepted by other people. Finally cutting your hair, finally doing with your own body what you want. Or it could be cutting people out of your life. You have the representation of your female ancestors. So this could be you fixing a generational curse of everyone suppressing, rejecting, and nullifying their feelings. Because, I mean, this is literally something that my grandmother taught my mother to do, which is take all of your feelings, shove it way down inside into a box, and lock it. And when you understand the law of attraction, how powerful your words are in visualizations, that is a spell to lock away all of your feelings, to lock away all of your emotions, and it just festers in your root and sacral chakra, creating all of this emotional instability and insecurities and upset, that it's not going to benefit you any to keep carrying this on. It hasn't benefited you all of your life to be like this. Allow yourself to feel everything that you're feeling, because every emotion has a valid reason. If you need any information on that, look at the movie Inside Out. Everything you're feeling has a source and has a reason. Write it out if you have to, like, why am I feeling this? And just write anything that comes to mind. That is one of the easiest ways that I have found to work out the things that are bouncing around my skull, because it makes a lot of noise and so hard to focus and get anything done. And you have something to get done. That is very clear, because there is a mission, there is ambition, there is something to be shared and conquered and overcome, whatever it is. Maybe you'll be writing your own story. Maybe you'll be writing a book, and that's something that you've always wanted to do but never felt like you should or you were allowed to do. You're allowed to do it now, my love. So what are you going to do, and how are you going to heal yourself? Because I do feel like there is healing that is needed for you to truly become whole. And that's not to scare you. That's to encourage you to go on that odyssey and believe in the impossible, my love. Have a beautiful day, Gemini.